Hello students, welcome to ARK Reflections IAS. Over the past few days, India officially condemned Pakistan's airstrikes inside Afghanistan. So at first glance, we might think of it as just another diplomatic statement. But from India's perspective, this development is extremely important. Because what is unfolding is not just a military exchange, it involves terrorism, it involves sovereignty, it also involves historical disputes and shifting India's regional power balance in South Asia. So to understand India's position clearly, we need to unpack three layers. What are the three layers? First, why did Pakistan attack? Second, why Afghanistan reacted so strongly because it was supposed to be friendly nation of Pakistan. And thirdly, why India stepped in diplomatically out of nowhere. So to understand this, we have to see as to why this issue matters in the first place. See, Pakistan carried out airstrikes inside eastern Afghanistan, claiming it targeted military camps of TTP, that is the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan. The TTP has been responsible for multiple attacks on Pakistani security forces in the recent months. And Pakistan insists that these militants operate from inside the Afghan territory. However, the Afghan official government denies this. The Taliban government in the Kabul called these strikes a violation of their sovereignty and claimed even their civilians have been killed in these attacks by Pakistan. What did India do? India responded by condemning these strikes on Afghanistan and supported Afghanistan's sovereignty. Now, the question to you is, why is this tension recurring again and again? There has to be some root cause to this. So what is the root cause? The root cause is the Durand line. The Afghan-Pakistan tension did not begin yesterday. It goes back to the Durand line. It is a border that is drawn in 1893 between the British India and the Afghanistan. Did officially Afghanistan recognize that? No. Afghanistan has formally never recognized this border to be legitimate. Also, the Durand line splits the Pashtun ethnic population on both sides. See, these are the ethnic Pashtun population. Many Pashtuns live in the Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region. But historically, they identify with Afghanistan both culturally and ethnically also. So, this unresolved border dispute has created decades of mistrust. Even the Taliban government today does not fully accept this as a settled international boundary. So, when Pakistan carries out these airstrikes inside Afghan territory, it touches a very sensitive historic wound. But the question is, why is Pakistan under so much pressure to attack Afghanistan? Why is it spooked always? Pakistan is facing a serious internal problem. So what is the issue of Pakistan? Pakistan is facing a security crisis. Attacks by TTP have increased sharply and several Pakistani soldiers and civilians have been killed in the recent months. Pakistan believes that the elements of TTP are being sheltered in Afghanistan, but Taliban denies officially supporting them. So this creates a complex deadlock wherein Pakistan accuses Afghanistan of giving the TTP safe haven and Afghanistan accuses Pakistan of violating their sovereignty. And both sides deeply distrust each other. So what is India's position here? India's position is strategic and it is calculated. Now let's understand what is the India's stance in all of this. So India's stance here is that it has consistently supported a stable and sovereign Afghanistan. Over the last 2 decades, India has invested over $3 billion in Afghanistan's future, both in terms of the development projects and humanitarian aid. This includes building of the Afghanistani parliament and the Salma Dam, which is also known as the Afghan-India Friendship Dam. Along with that, it has also built roads, it has built hospitals, it has built schools also. Even when the Taliban came back to power, India continued its humanitarian assistance even during the COVID time. And this has created a significant goodwill even among the Afghan citizens. India is seen as a development partner and not as a military occupier, as is seen in case with the Pakistan. Interestingly, recent developments show that Taliban has taken relatively moderate public positions towards India. So during the tensions between India and Pakistan with respect to Pahalgam terror issue, if you remember, Taliban officially did not endorse anti-India narratives. Instead, they emphasized non-interference. This indicates that the Taliban seeks balanced diplomatic relations, including with India. So for New Delhi, maintaining communication channels with Kabul is strategically useful and it also reduces Pakistan's monopoly over Afghan's influence. So what does this do finally? So for India, when it comes to India, a stable Afghanistan leads to a safer India, because from India's perspective, think about it. Instability in Afghanistan creates 3 major risks. What are they? First, the growth of terror safe havens. Second, the refugee inflows grows. And third, increased influence of hostile actors. So a stable Afghanistan prevents Pakistan from strategically using Afghan territory against India's interests. That is why India supports sovereignty and not cross-border escalation, that which Pakistan does. So what is the big picture in all of this? The big picture here is that the issue is not about choosing sides. It is about regional stability. India's position reflects three major principles. What is it? First of all, respect for sovereignty. Second, opposition to terrorism. And thirdly, strategic balance. So, Afghanistan-Pakistan dispute over the Durand line and the militant safe havens remain unresolved. We don't want to involve it in it directly. But the key question for India is, can we maintain influence in Afghanistan while avoiding direct entanglement in this bilateral issue? That is the strategic balancing act unfolding right now, and in South Asia, that balance shapes our security more than people realize. If you found this useful, like this video, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.